Hey everybody. So today we're going to start talking about the signs and their energy. Not okay. So when I talk about a certain sign, I am not strictly talking about a sun sign. Okay? I am talking about the way that this particular sign, the way that the energy expresses itself, how it expresses itself, how it needs to express itself. So I am not just talking about the sun sign. I want to make that really clear because there seems to be this, whenever somebody mentions a sign, it's automatically equated to a sun sign or something of that nature. I'll see that in different forums and things like that. So I want to make it really clear that that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking strictly about the way the different signs need to express their energy. So today we're going to start with Aries. This is the card for it. And so first we'll talk a little bit about the positive traits, the easier traits, the easier energies that Aries expresses. Okay, so Aries is a lot about drive, pioneering. Aries likes to pioneer new things. New things in general is very much a way that how Aries wants to express energy through new enterprises or what have you. There is leadership here. Freedom. There is freedom here too. Independence is probably the big one that I would say in this regard. Aries wants to express itself independently. Because it is a more, and I don't mean this in a negative way, it is a more self-focused sign. It does want to do things independently because it is self-focused. That doesn't equate to selfish necessarily. It could. Doesn't have to. But it is more self-focused. So it can also let's see, what other positive ones do we have on here? Individuality is another thing for this one because of the focus on the self. Aries Energy does want to feel like an individual. It doesn't, not necessarily how do I want to word this? Not necessarily unique or different in the way that, say, Aquarius energy may want to express itself, but just individuated. Aries wants to be individuated. Impulses and instincts. Aries is impulsive. It's instinctual. It's primal. Those things can kind of go either way. They can be good or bad. It really depends on how Aries wants to, express those things as to how that goes. But they could certainly be a good or a bad thing. Well, I think I kind of said this. Another one that we have on this card is initiating, which is kind of, wanting to blaze new territory or start new things. It's kind of the same thing. Aries energy is good at starting, at getting things going, at getting the ball rolling. Aries energy is good at that. Aries, that is one thing about Aries. Aries energy in general, it doesn't fuck around. It it wants to get shit going. It doesn't want to sit and teeter and should I not? No, Aries just wants to do. Aries energy just wants to do. Depending on what they want to do, depending on how they want to do it, sometimes that may not be a good thing. But if I don't know, depending on how the rest of the signs function in your chart, it really might be a good thing that you have this kind of, let's say you've got like the sun in Aries, but you've got planets and other signs that maybe make you a little bit more, say, apprehensive to start things. That sun in Aries will kind of override it. It might kind of override the apprehension a little bit, and sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes, again, that might not be such a good thing. It really depends on the entire chart. Okay, so as far as more challenging things about Aries, Aries can be impatient. Aries energy can be impatient. Because it doesn't want to fuck around or take its time. There can be temper involved. Anger, aggression. Aries does express these things too. Again, that's not, I guess maybe I shouldn't say that's challenging, because sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes you need to, express anger and aggression. It really depends on how you do it. How do you do that? That's a healthy thing to express anger and aggression. It just matters how you do it. But there's that. Now, Aries can also be there can be an insecurity with Aries energy. There can be. If they don't feel individuated enough, or if they don't feel independent enough, there could be some insecurity that's there with this energy. There could also be some self-doubt that arises from that same sort of thing. These would both be more challenging things to happen to Aries energy, just because of how Aries needs to function, and it's not that way. But if other conditions are going on in your chart, it could come through that way, which wouldn't make Aries very happy, probably. Am I missing anything? No, I think that's probably pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. Again, not talking just about Aries sun signs, Aries energy. And this is the idea of energy, is how I so wish that, like, memes and stuff online, I so wish they would put it that way, because people that are learning, right, that don't know anymore about, astrology than their sun sign, they get inundated with this idea that a sign kind of equates to their sun sign. So I want to make it really clear in these videos that I am talking about Aries energy, or the sign energy in general, not just the sun sign. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can follow us on Instagram at Let's Fuck With Astrology. I am at Saturn Season Astrology. Natalie is at Abaturno Astrology. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can find us on YouTube. You can search for Let's Fuck With Astrology in the YouTube search bar. If you do the Reddit thing, you can find us at r/Let's Fuck With Astrology. And if you're interested in the star cards, you can go to letsfuckwithastrology.com/star cards. All right, everyone. I'll see y'all later.